What is your view about where we are with this Diddy scandal?
If he was really forced to have to do some time, yeah, I don't know if he's built for that. So you'd have to see what happens.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, he might not be built for it, but the guys that are in prison are built the way he likes them built. Just let y'all know. Question of the day. Do you think that Lord Jamar stands 10 toes down on what he says and believes, or do you think he flip-flops when it serves him? Put it in the comments. Definitely need to know. That being said, next up, we got Piers Morgan. Diddy has tapes on everyone. We got Lord Jamar, Candace Owens, Marc Lamont Hill. Mm-hmm. All right. And, of course, himself, Piers Morgan.
Yes, sir.
If you're new to the channel, do not forget to comment, subscribe, thumbs up. Slap that red button. All right. You ready to get into this?
Yes.
All right. Let's go. This is just a little segment I took. We're not doing their entire video.
It's Lord Jamar, who we interviewed recently about Diddy and who went viral this week for his comments on Kamala Harris, which I'll come to in a moment. But Lord Jamar, first of all, you've been listening to this debate we've been having. What is your view about where we are with this Diddy scandal?
It's been quite a debate. I'm not surprised with everything that's going on with Diddy. I do feel his peers should speak out, black, white, or indifferent. What he's done, what he's being accused of doing is reprehensible. And
wait a minute. Who is this guy? That's not the guy that I'm used to hearing. Why is it? Yo, I swear to God, bro, every time somebody comes up on Piers Morgan, they're completely different. Especially when it comes to like somebody in hip hop. Even that girl, what was her name? Jaguar, right. They're always different on Piers Morgan.
I think it's because they know his platform is huge. And also, like, they know, like, once people hear them on his show, they want to seem more intellectual. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to go wild and buck crazy, because then that makes us look even worse.
Okay.
You know?
So they switch up a little bit. Okay, I understand it. Depending the circumstances, I understand you get a little bit more professional in a little more professional setting. If it's more of a relaxed setting, depending on the setting. Okay, I get it. It's a business. I understand. I probably would do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or get kicked out. One or the other.
We need to speak out about it.
Do you think he's coming out of prison, or is that it for him?
I don't know. It looks bad for him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he doesn't seem like the type that would do well in prison, in my mind. If he was really forced to have to do some time, I don't know if he's built for that. So you'd have to see what happens.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, he might not be built for it, but the guys that are in prison are built the way he likes them built. Just let y'all know. From what we hear, allegedly.
From what we hear.
He likes them built like that.
Well, let me just move to the stuff that went viral with you, Lord Jamar. This is your stuff about Kamala Harris, which, are you surprised about the amount of pickup that got?
A little bit, yeah. But not really, because I think people are a little shocked that someone like me, from a group brand Nubian that they feel is pro-black, why would I come out in support of Donald Trump or go against a Kamala Harris who they are trying to put up as a black woman, and I don't see it.
You know what's funny, though? Look at that panel. He's like the lightest one. And he's talking about Kamala. Now, I'm no fan of politics. I'm an independent, but it's just funny how he would sit there and say that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because he's light. I don't know if it's the grading in the picture video. Mm-hmm. He just looks very light. Very light. You know what I mean? like Carmelo light. I think Piers Morgan got more of a tan than he do.
Well, let me. I'm going to play the first of all the Barack Obama clip, and then I'm going to play the clip that you said in response to it. Let's play the two.
And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for it.
And now I want to play the clip from Lord Jamar talking about that.
Well, I feel that she's so bad that guess what? I might just go around and vote for Trump. And this is my first time saying this out loud. But y'all think you
See what I'm saying? See the difference? See the difference in this interview versus the one he's on?
gonna shame somebody or bully into voting for this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And now you're gonna make me be Mr. Anti. You keep coming at me with this bullshit. You keep coming at me talking about, oh, it's a shame that you're not supporting a black woman. She's not black.
Now, Mark, let me ask you honestly, Mark, if this had been the other way round, if this had been... hang on, Jamal, Lord Jamal, I'll come to you in a sec. I just want to get their reaction to what we've just played because it's gone viral, as I said. But, Mark, if it had been the other way round, if you had a former white president saying you've got to vote for Trump if you're white, you'd have gone absolutely nuts. So why is it okay for Barack Obama to order black people to vote for Kamala Harris, given how unpopular she currently is to the extent where Trump is ahead in 5 of the 7 swing states? Why should they?
So, a couple of things. First, no one should vote for anybody based on identity politics. You should never vote for somebody because
so Obama's
they're
wrong.
Black, right? Yeah, Obama's wrong. I mean, I didn't vote for him.
I love that.
Oh, Obama's wrong. Yeah, Obama's wrong. Yeah, so...
It obviously triggered you the way that you did it. All you had to say is, he's absolutely.
Well, no, because he knows people are going to clip this and, so he's going to be like...
We all agree.
I know.
But we don't all agree, though, because I don't think, though... I think Obama's wrong for several reasons in that video, but Obama's not arguing that you should vote for Kamala Harris because she's black. He's arguing you should vote for them because you're black. In other words, she best represents your interests. If I were running right, and if I'm a Green Party member, right?
That's not what he was
I haven't
saying.
Voted Democrat.
He was playing the race card. He was playing a skin color card. He was...
And he was playing on gender.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing both. The gender and he played both.
2 things to get people triggered.
Yeah, he played both of them. Not just it wasn't just that. I think he played more on gender than anything, but okay, let's get back to what they're trying to make a point of.
Saying if you are black, you have a duty to vote for the black candidate.
Yes.
You don't.
Listen,
as Lord Jamal rightly said in his
saying.
furious rant about it, why?
Why
should he be told who to vote for?
Okay, first of all, Piers, again, you just said I'm bringing in the race card when the question you asked me was, should Obama be telling people to vote for people because they're black?
I said Obama played the race card, not you. I said Obama did.
Oh, then I misheard you. I apologize. I misheard you. I'm wrong. You're right. So, to the point, Obama is saying that black people, again, I disagree with him, but let's disagree with him for the right reason. He's saying that as black people, vote your interest. Don't reject this person. As a black person, you should vote for the person that uplifts the black community. That's her. And don't let your patriarchy, don't let your hatred of women, don't let your this make you not do it. My issue with it is it frames black people and black men in particular as pathological and people who act against their interests and acts as if black men don't. Also, it's ahistorical. Black men actually do vote Democrat. I argue more than they should. So I think it's wrong for lots of reasons. I disagree with Jamar, though, my brother. Calling her, and again, I heard a bleep. I've been in the hood a long time. From that context, it sounded like you were calling her the B word. I couldn't see it, but I heard it. I'm not going to vote for that. Bleep. Sounded like the B word. I can't imagine a circumstance where we need to call her that. in real life and in music, and there's just no reason for this. She doesn't deserve that any more than she deserves to be told that she's not qualified to run a Dunkin' Donuts. Those types of comments, I think, are unnecessary, even if you might agree that black people shouldn't be sheep. How does she disrespect you?
By placating to me, by giving me word salads and all kind of nonsense, acting like she doesn't have to answer questions, being the artful dodger. That's very disrespectful.
You think she deserves to be called
that's being deceiving, but she didn't disrespect you, is what he's trying to say. And I understand it because, the frustrations there, I mean, that's been both parties of how they do. They give you these word salads that absolutely make no sense, man. Mm-hmm. They give you these word salads that are it's just they throw everything in there.
Yeah.
They throw everything in there. And anything you want to pick out, you pick out, but you take from and choose what you want from it. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you right now, that is not real salad y'all is eating. Mm-hmm. It's tossed.
A beef for that?
Well, listen, first of all, the platform I was on was a different kind of platform. We was, you know what I mean? It's a much looser platform. It's more hip hop orientated. And if she wants to get down, act like she's black, well.
She is black.
Wait a minute. Isn't that what you're doing right now?
That's why I said.
Look at what he just said.
That's what I said.
Yo, he just pointed out his own hypocrisy.
He is. Like I said, he's just trying to be more professional.
Exactly. So, but yep.
On the platform that he was on, he is going to call her what he really wants to. He's not going to say it on here because it's more of a professional.
But he said it's a hip hop platform, so he's basically acting like he's more urban on that. But on here, he wants to act more straightforward. And I'm not going to say not urban.
No, I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm trying to say? Because that's what they accuse her of.
So, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Now
they say when she's around certain people, she talks a certain way.
With her certain
And when she's around other people, she talks other ways. What is he doing right now? He just admitted he does what she does. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Y'all still tell me in the comments, does he stand 10 toes down?
Black, people get she is black. That's the other piece. I don't want to interrupt Candace. I know Candace got stuff to say. I want to hear Candace. I'm sorry. She is black, and you're being particularly hypocritical, bro.
Yes,
bro, you've been real hypocritical.
Yes.
Let me clear two things up. First of all, Piers, you had a guest on named VJ or something that said I never voted or something like that. I don't know where he pulled that out his ass from, but yes, I have.
Glad you had, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually voted for Obama the first time around. I got caught in that nonsense. But also, that comment that you're showing me was not in response to what Obama said. I said that prior to Obama coming out trying to be the father of, black men and all this type of stuff. Right. But it was it sounded like it went with it.
It did, yeah.
But in response, listen, Barry, you're not our father, and we're not going to just, you're not going to shake the finger of condemnation at us and think that you're going to shame us into doing what you want. We're not, we're waking up as black people right now, and we're thinking for ourselves, and we're not just going along with the Democratic Party. First of all, I'm a registered independent, so don't act like I'm waving the Republican flag. But when it comes to leadership and all this type of thing, I don't see why we're trying to give this woman a promotion. She had one job, which was the border. She failed at that. They kept her in the background this whole time. I saw what they were going to do with her from the beginning, and I don't feel that she's the one. I'm sorry.
And by the way, you are absolutely... I know, Jamar, you are perfectly entitled. I want to bring in Candace, who's been waiting patiently. I mean, Candace, this whole sort of premise, and I'm glad Lord Jamar clarified he said that before Obama spoke, although his answer clearly would have been exactly the same. The response would have been the same, because it's all part of the same thing, which is this sort of weird thing, which, frankly, is quite racist. There's another way to look at it. That you should judge according to your skin colour and feel a duty, a compulsion to do so, seems to me to be racist.
It is fundamentally racist, and it's something that I think Black people are right to be upset about. And then there's also this. You are correct to say that there is nothing about Kamala Harris or Barack Obama, for being frank, that is Black. I covered this on my show yesterday, went through Barack Obama's history. There is something that is very cartoonish about them working to Blackify a politician before they run for office. And what I mean by that is, like, Barry Soetoro, first 8 years of his life grew up in Indonesia. Okay. Then he was with his white mother and his Indonesian stepfather. He then went to Hawaii, which had a population of just 5,000 Black people. 86% of them were in the military, and attended a school that is $31,000 per year. And it was all white people. He was raised by his white grandparents, the Dunnans. He's never lied about this, by the way. He then went off to college and had a white dorm mate, dated a white woman. There's nothing about Barack Obama's history that gives him, in my viewpoint, like the stepping ground to be talking to the brothers about the Black American experience. If you've ever even been to Hawaii, it doesn't even feel like America. Genuinely, it feels like we took this country from an Asian country, took this state from an Asian country. And so when you realize that, and you see how right before they run, suddenly the story changes. They drop a book and they work to Blackify themselves. Obama didn't know his father, his Kenyan father, growing up, and now all of a sudden he wants to lean into this stereotype. To me, it feels like they're both wearing blackface. I can't sort through all of Kamala's various accents. There's so many of them. She's in front of a Latina crowd. Suddenly she's Selena, and
Who that remind you of, Drake? Yeah, she remind me of Drake.
Ay.
Kamala like Drake. Person of 1,000 accents, man.
She's speaking like a Latina, and then she's in front of a Jamaican crowd and she's dropping man. I can't deal with it. It is way too much Hollywood acting for me. Then she's got the black scent going, and girl, what are you talking about? She's in front of a white crowd. She's speaking like a California Valley girl. I don't trust it. I just do not trust somebody that slips that quickly through so many personalities. There is nothing about her upbringing, extraordinarily wealthy. Just she was sworn in Congress as an Indian American. Her mother is Indian. She grew up with an Indian experience and was proud of that until she ran for office for president of the United States. And that is something that I am not comfortable with. I do not accept this narrative that she should be speaking about herself as a Black woman. It's not okay, and I fully reject it.
Okay, Mark, I just want to play you a quick clip from Kamala Harris talking to Roland Martin, listing all the reasons Trump is dangerous for Black people. I'll get your response.
He is not looking out for folks when he was a landlord and would not rent to Black families, sued for it. When he took out a full-page ad in the New York Times against those 5 teenagers, Black and Latino, who were innocent, saying they should be executed.
And just to keep it fair, this is coming from a prosecutor that prosecuted innocent people that were innocent.
Yep.
Knew they were seeing the stuff, knew they were burying stuff, and still prosecuted the case.
Exactly.
So go look them up. Go look those up, because they are out there. And that's just to keep it fair, because I like to keep it neutral here. Mm-hmm. She's going to say that. I need to give you a little bit of background on what she did. You know what I mean? She actually put people away. Forget about putting the ad. She was the one actually putting people away. Mm-hmm. That were innocent. Yep. Completely.
Central Park 5, when you look at the first Black president of the United States, and he had birther lines, and now you look at Black immigrants, legal immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, and he gets on a debate stage and says they're eating their pets? Come on.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that was hilarious, though.
And my question mark is simply this. If he's so dangerous to Black people, why is it that his popularity is growing, particularly with Black men, and Kamala Harris is falling from where it was with Joe Biden, who was white?
Well, I think part of it is because of the steady disinformation and misinformation campaign. Again, I am a critic of Kamala Harris. I'm literally watching her co-sign and underwrite as vice president and on the campaign trail a vicious genocide in Gaza. I ain't got no time to support or defend Kamala Harris on a lot of issues. I think there's a very practical, pragmatic reason to vote for her, and that is to say, I don't want Donald Trump. And I think a lot of people are making that choice, but the people who are not are often being fed misinformation, including what's just been said by my dear colleagues here and you, Piers, and you cracking it up. But a lot of it is just not true. And I'm just going to say it real fast. First, I didn't say you said it. I said what they said. So first, the question of qualification. First, Jamar said, again, she only had one job, and it's the border. That's just not true, right? That's not the only.
She was the border czar.
Vice president's lots of jobs.
And now
I'm disagreeing with the claim that she had one job, not that she didn't have that job.
She was given specific responsibility for the border. And now everyone's rushing to pretend she wasn't. The same people who literally called her the border czar on liberal shows.
Piers, I'm not disagreeing with that point.
They didn't.
Okay.
What other public job
and what
did
I'm
she
saying
have?
is,
Like, they kept her in the background for a reason, for a very long time.
Who's the president pro tem? Who's the president pro tem of the Senate? President pro tem of the Senate. Kamala Harris. Right. Who's the domestic policy advisor? Kamala Harris. Yeah. I can name 10 things that she does other than that, but I don't want to make it about that. My point is that there's lots of reasons to criticize Kamala Harris, but to frame her as unqualified.
Okay.
Again,
that's a fair point. She's not unqualified.
She's qualified. Okay. You just might think she's going to make the wrong choices. My next point that she's not black. The next point that she's not. Let me talk about her blackness.
Now, Mark, I'll jump in. We've run out of time. Candace has to go.
Is the biggest point.
Okay, go on, make your big point quickly.
Let's talk about her blackness, please. Talk about the black experience.
Real quick. Two quick points.
Quick, Mark, quick, because Candace has to go.
The blackness point is what's crazy here to me, right? First of all, the idea that she puts on, they're not personalities, they're codes, and black people code switch from place to place. Wait till you hear me talk to my accountant later. Wait till you hear me talk to my agent later, like, yo, why'd you put me on Piers? Just kidding. Wait till I talk to the people at the local soul food spot. They all gonna be different. Wait till I say peace to the gods and earths in New York. It's gonna be a different conversation. Black people talk differently. When someone says that's my aunt, they're not lying because they don't have shared blood. Black people call people auntie. That's fictive kinship. That is blackness. Going to Howard is a black experience. Pledging AKA is a black experience. And lastly, Jamar, for somebody who is a 5%er who believes that, and I respect your belief, but to believe that the black man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of the civilization, the God of the universe, who came from North America by himself from Saudi Arabia. You believe that person is black, but somebody who went to Howard ain't? Come on, bro.
Okay, I'm going to leave the final word to Candace before we have to end. Candace. What's going to happen on November the 5th? Well, since 3 weeks away.
Since code switching is normal in the black community, Piers, I'm going to speak to you like this because this would be totally normal if I put on a UK accent.
I know where you get that from because you're married to a Brit.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait to run for president and just put on a different accent every time I speak to someone else.
That's a perfect way to end it. Lord Jamar, Marc Lamont Hill.
Yo, Candace is a fool, though. But I ain't gonna lie, like, Candace always keeps it the same way she does all the time. She can go on the Breakfast Club, whatever. It doesn't matter what show she goes on. Mm-hmm. She always acts in the same demeanor and carries herself as the same person. Very intellectually smart. She's well-spoken, very educated. She knows what she's talking about. You might not agree with her, but you cannot deny
that she does her research.
That she has a brain.
Yep.
And it works very damn well. Mm-hmm. And she's real good with it. She could debate with the best of them.
Yeah.
And and what I can say with Candace is that a lot of times she'll let you speak. She listens. And then she hits you exactly with what you were about to say. And she'll wait. She won't even be like ready to jump. You'll just see her like this. And then when it's time for her to go, though, she's on you. She's on you like a pit bull. Mm-hmm. I could say, hey, this was a pretty good debate. I like this debate. I would like to see them back up here.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. What did you guys think?
I definitely wish there was more.
I liked it because they all had their own, reason for why they believe what they believe. Mm-hmm. I mean, to me, I feel like you should vote policy. I don't think you should vote identity politics. I mean, I grew up voting identity politics, knowing that's what was drilled in my head. Democrats are great. Republicans are bad. That's what so I grew up with that too, so I understand. But I'm an independent at this point because I'm sick of all of the playing around, man. Mm-hmm. Told a lot of stuff, and I've been through a lot of, presidents. Not a young man. Been through a few of them. Not a lot of them deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of them deliver.
Yep.
Especially where I'm from. I don't think any of them
Yes,
deliver.
sir.
That being said, what did you guys think? If you're new to the channel, don't forget to comment, subscribe, thumbs up. Slap that red button.